My life was driven around being successful. What was super easy for me is studying, performing on tests, learning how to be the best. And that rolled right into my career. Everything I did was to be successful at work, to help my company, but to earn a salary. And I was really worried about how much money I could make, more so I could see how much I could save. It was really hoarding for me. I wasn't a spender. So actually it was really cheap in what I spent, but really big on how I funded my future. I was really worried about, what's Taylor going to be like when he retires. And I had started my walk in faith, but fairly minor. And when I was rattled, I had something to grab onto, which was my wife, Lindsay. And as we were going through this, we started to get more and more into the church. But it was all, again, on my level, just gathering information, hearing nice sermons, and that was nice. And Lindsay really challenged me to tithe. And it was when I started to tithe that I started to regret those checks and why I was doing that. It was easy for me to calculate the impact that was going to have. It was very easy for me to understand that was adding up to be a lot of money. We were getting asked to move. Again, I was following my career. We were being asked to move out of the country. The one car that we had in San Francisco, we didn't need. And I'm working on where we're going to park this thing. I can get a friend to use it. We'll be good. We're coming back at some point. We'll need it. Just paid it off, I think 3 or 4 weeks prior to this. And my wife wakes up and has this dream. You need to give the car away. And we don't need it. And God has asked us to give it to the church. I'm like, well, God should run this stuff by me. I'm like, people don't do that. I go, don't you understand? Like, we're already tithing. This is not like, what do I not tithe now for the next, X number of months? I mean, how does this work? And I'm trying just to process this in my head. It just wasn't making sense. And only because of my love for Lindsay, not my appreciation for God, because I just couldn't grab my hands around it. I said, we'll do it. I couldn't say no to her. Her is who I was really, that's who I was talking to be honest. And what I do remember is coming home from out of the country. We had to do some things back in San Francisco, being excited to go to church, even though I knew, like, man, what are they going to do? I wanted to see some validation of what we're doing with this gift. And a gentleman, one of the pastors who had changed my life, he tapped me on the shoulder. I turned around, and face just flooding with tears. And I said, hey, Sam, what's up? And he goes, I heard someone is donating a car to the church. And I said, oh, well, that was Lindsay. I said, yeah, if you want to thank anybody, you should thank Lindsay. He goes, no, Taylor, I want to thank you. He said, ever since I met you, I have seen you grow, and I have, now, my life's been changed. You see, our one car for our family of the 3-year-old and our baby coming just was deemed non-usable. I can't afford to fix it, and we're 30 minutes away, and I didn't know how I was gonna get to work. God worked through your wife, through you, to give us this car. As I especially look back, it's easy to see where I was willing to take some steps, and those were what were comfortable for me. I was fine giving some time. I was fine listening and learning and reading. Where I just drew the line is my ability to give, especially of a financial nature. Of all the things that I've done, God has blessed me 10x what I ever thought was possible. Things have just been far more spiritually powerful. And it's just, it's becoming more who we are as a family. To be very honest, when we do drives and we help teachers with supplies, I still question, is Lindsay going a little too far? And I have to just remind myself and put myself in check and just know that she has the best interests of our family, and know that she loves our family, and I know that she is, and I thank God that she is as generous as she is, because I think she's ministering to me on a daily basis, and it helps me with my addiction. There's AA for alcoholics, and there's my life for generosity.